Hey guys, how we doing? This is part 11 of the ultimate guide to Dark Souls. Now, today we are doing the Great Hall. So, in the last video, we done the Asylum, so we're just going to quickly tune our magic, and then we are going to upgrade our halberd. So we've got the lightning halberd plus 5, and then that's us for weapons for like the rest of the game. And then we're going to put our vitality up to 30, so that is our vitality. I mean, that is the build essentially done. Like, you could easily complete the game now. Like, you wouldn't have to invest anything else. If you so wished to do it on this level, it is easy enough to do it on this level. Anyway, so that's us got our halberd, and then we are going to make our way to Blighttown. So I'm going to speed this bit up because there's a video on how to get to Blighttown. You should already have got to Blighttown by this time. If you know where obviously if you're looking at this guide, it's because you know where the Great Hollow is and you want to know how the fuck to do it. So speed up this bit, go through the back way through Valley of the Drakes, go through the back entrance of Blighttown, and then get your arse down all the scaffolding. Blah 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 blah. Even sped up, it's still too long, but I need to show you how to get there, don't I? So we'll take the water wheel down, jump down, and then follow your ass along towards the bonfire. Although, at this stage, I'd talked to Laurentius, and because I had the pyromancy from Quilina or Quilana or whatever one it is down here that sells you the pyromancy, talked to Laurentius, so he now came down here and he's hollowed. So you have to kill him. Now put the rusted iron ring on just to blast through. Just check to see if Siegmeyer's still down here. He is, and we run up to the Great Hollow, and there we are. Okay, so we already got the flank shield, and we already got the twin humanities here. So we go through, past the chest, and we're at the Great Hollow. Whoever's fucking it, I mean, that is just awful game design right there. I mean, people discovered it, but I mean, like, the layman is not going to discover that. It's fucking terrible. Even though I think this game is probably one of the best designed games ever, that is just fucking shady. Shame on the developers. But it does leave that, like, really cool, like, I like what they done where they made the game have so many secrets. It was like back in old days of games where you'd be like, oh man, I found this thing, and you're like, whoa, what'd you find in games? And then you'd tell your friend and you'd find this fucking thing, and you're just like, wow, this is amazing. So it's kind of what they got there. So I did like that you got that from it, but it's still shady what they done. So right, before we get the items, we're going to go get the Crest Lizards. So those two, and what I'd like to say is the upper part of the Great Hollow. I like to think of it in 3 different parts, and this is the top part. So you want to jump down into that bigger branch, and then jump down into this one. There's a little ledge there. You need to carefully position yourself on, and then you can get caught in the geometry here. So you need to be careful you don't slip into that little bit. And then slowly walk to the edge and drop down. I'd like to say it's as simple as that, but it's hardly simple. So you run down here, and there's a crystal lizard right there. I really hope I get it. I think I do. And I do not. Fucking missed it. Right, okay. Right, well, out in this ledge, there should be 3 crystal lizards. I'm pretty sure there's a total of, I think it's like, let me think. Well, there's a whole bunch that show up here. I know that as much. I think there's like 5 in this one area, or some shit like that. So the crystal lizards spawn like randomly. They all spawn in the same place, but they won't all spawn at the same time. So to get around that, what you need to do is you need to quit out, and then you need to go back in. And you need to keep doing that until the lizards actually show up. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep going until they actually do show up. So I am not going to just be like, oh, it shows up here. I'm going to show you that they will fucking show up here. Although when I done the run, they did show up relatively quickly, so that's not so bad. So there's another one here. There's maybe 3. So we quit out, go back in again, and I'm pretty sure it actually shows up this time, so that's not so bad. Also, by the end of this, we end up with 3 Titanite slabs. Just let that sink in. 3 slabs. Fucking insane. But just to show you, you know, you do actually get the slabs off the lizards, and there is 10 of them. So this, the amount of twinkling titanite that you get from doing this, that pretty much, that's all the twinkling titanite you're going to need. So There must be 4 or something. I remember that the one at the top here takes quite a while to spawn. That was a pain in the arse. So yeah, I did get the Titanite slab. That was insane. I was just like, wow, what the fuck? Like I didn't even notice picking it up. So at this point, I was like, I was cheering, as I'm sure you would for getting a random Titanite slab off a fucking Crystal Lizard. Anyway, so we quit out, go back in again. Right, so there must be 4 Titanite lizards in this area. Like, and there's 2 in another area, and then there's 1, and then there's another 1, and well, there's 10 all in. And I can't from memory remember where they all are, but you know, the video will show you. Well, I mean, I remember where they all are. Like, I know how to get to all the areas, but like, right, there's one at the top of this bit, like just at the entrance. So that's 1, and then there's the one that we saw down here, which isn't there, and then there was 3 out there. So we're going to quit out again, and we're going to see if that one there will show up. So there's 5 just in this one tunnel alone. So that's quite a lot. So this tunnel's kind of like the main one, and then there's 5 spread out through the rest of the Great Hollow. There's another tunnel branch thing which has 2. There's one like just as you're walking down, and then there's 2 on a ledge later on. Yeah, I remember it now. I just didn't think there was 5 in this area, but there is 5. So then we get that one, and we get more Twinkling Titanite. Yeah, so the amount of Twinkling Titanite you get, that will be enough to pretty much fully upgrade the entire Crimson set. So that's your armour sorted for this. So it's actually highly recommended that you come here, because it's going to put you in good standings. So to get back up to the top, I think we need to drop down. Oh, that's it. Great. To get back up to the top, because if you just drop off, you'll fall to your death. You want to run back down here, and then you want to jump off the ledge. This ledge takes you what I like to consider the beginning of the second part of the Great Hollow. So we're now at the beginning of the second part. We want to run back up the way. You might as well not bother with any of the items right now, because I'm going to show you a run which is going to take you through getting all the items systematically, so you don't want to try and confuse yourself. So this one branch here, I'm pretty sure takes you up to the beginning of the Great Hollow. Oh yeah, so while we're here, we're going to get the next Crystal Lizard. There's one essentially right here, you know, just as we're on our way up. There's no point in missing it out if we're at the area. Yeah, so once we get this one, we'll go back up to the top, and then we need to jump off into that initial branch again, and then do another little bit. So the Crystal Lizard doesn't show up here again, so we're going to need to quit out and go back in again. I think it shows up this time, however, so that's not so bad. What else can I mention here? Yeah, so the run that I perfected a run essentially where I figured out the optimum path for getting down the Great Hollow. There is an actual path which once you see the way I go down, you go, oh, that must have been the way they actually meant for you to go down. So again, doesn't show up, so we're gonna have to quit out again and then come back. See, it's a pain. It really is a pain. Also, we only die once in the Great Hollow, and that wasn't even my fault. Again, it was actually a geometry fault. I tried to the ledge where there's two Crystal Lizards. I killed one of them, and then when I went to go get the next one, like I go off the ledge slightly onto the branch, but you can't get up without doing like a run and jump for some ridiculous reason. So then, yeah, I try to get it, and then all I can do is run, or else if I don't run I fall off, and then yeah, it just fucks me up. So really, most of this video would actually be a lot faster if it wasn't for the fact that I have to keep quitting out and coming back in again. I feel that this was necessary because I didn't want to go, okay, the Crystal Lizard is here, and then I don't show that it's actually there. So yeah, again, if you don't have enough Titanite chunks for your +5 lightning weapon, what you can do is actually just come here and farm up Titanite chunks, and then like before you go to Anor Londo. That is actually generally quite a good idea because you're almost guaranteed to get your Titanite chunks. Yeah, I mean, you'll definitely get enough Titanite chunks to, I mean, we'll see at the end up how many we get. So we go up that main branch, and that branch essentially takes us back up to the top. You can actually, from the bottom, work your way back up to the top again, believe it or not. You'd think it would be impossible, but it actually isn't. So that's what you get when you spend 3.5 hours working out the route. You get autistically involved in the inner workings of how the fucking map works in this area. So there's meant to be 2 here, and neither of them are here. So quit out, come back, and once we've got these, we will make our way back down to the last 2. When we get the last 2, we're going to make our way back up to the top again, so I can show you the item run. Now the item run's actually really simple, and it gets you all items in like one go. So yeah, there's that one Crest Lizard, and that's him dead. He gave us another Titanite slab and 2 Twinkling, Christ. And then there is the next Titanite Lizard. It also gives us a slab. Like some insane shit going on. Anyway, so also if you get slabs and you need chunks, you can just trade a slab in and you get like 5 chunks or something. I can't remember where, it's either Snuggly or Framped, I think. So you can jump down into this ledge from that one, but you can't jump to this ledge from the other area, just to point out. So yeah, you can go down here, and this will end up just taking you to the rest of the Great Hollow, just to show you that come down here takes you to here. Yeah, so we're off to get the next 2 Titanite Lizards. So again, that jumping off from that ledge to the branch, that took us to that takes us down to what I like to think of this as the start of the second area of the Great Hollow. So just try and get that into your head. It'll try and get a better understanding of the actual inner workings. So this branch is the branch that takes you down to. So don't bother jumping off into shit. Just follow this branch down, and this will take you to the rest of the Great Hollow, the actual proper way, the easy way, the way you're not going to be falling off shit. So you go to this little crossroads, and this section platform area here is where you will get your 2 Crystal Lizards. So quit out, come back in again, and then they'll show up, and then you can kill them, and then you can reap them for all their delicious rewards. Yeah, so I mean, this is the area where I die, and I just hope that this guide will actually give like a proper understanding of the Great Hollow, because it does take a lot of time to learn. See, right, so I kill that thing, and then I just drop. I mean, what the fuck was that about? Total bullshit. Like, I think that clearly they never play tested this area long enough to. I mean, I don't think anyone could have been asked to play test this area enough for that one geometry thing. So just speed up this area and just getting back down again. It's easy enough. You just go down the main path, and then this is the right offset to the main path. So there's my souls. Pick them up, and be careful coming back. See, you can't run up that bit. Like, you need to jump over it. It's total bullshit. And I just manage. Yeah. That was fucking horrible. So quit out. Come back in again, and then this will be the last Titanite, the last Crystal Lizard, and then we'll get all the delicious Titanite. So that's not so bad. And it doesn't fucking show up. Great. What a bastard. What an absolute bastard. Just need to try this shit again. I think it shows up this time. I think it's nice. It does a service. Come on. I mean, maybe I could have edited the video together so it looked like, you know, I didn't have to quit out like hundreds of times. So there, I got a chunk off that, so that's good. So I either run up or I take a homeward bone. Okay, I'm running up to the top. Yeah, so you can just follow this path, and right now I'd still say that we are in the second area of the Great Hollow. So you just follow this path up to this bit with the basilisks, and then you run up this path, and then you take the thick branch to the left, and that should just take you straight back up. If you look up there, I think that's either the Chloranthy ring or it's a Titanite chunk. Don't quote me on that. Because obviously this is like post commentary, so I've already done this. Like I've recorded this, must have been like 2 or 3 months ago at this point. It just takes so long. It's so time consuming to upload videos. My internet is so shit. It takes 12 hours to. It took 12 hours to upload the Anne Orlando video, for fuck's sake. Right. Okay. So we're at the top of the Great Hollow. We've rested up, and now we're going to get all these delicious fucking items. It's actually a whole load of ore. Like everything's ore aside from like one thing. So you want to anchor yourself here and then jump down into this bit to get the Claranthe ring. Claranthe ring's a really cool ring. It speeds up your stamina recovery and it stacks with other items. So if you've got that and the Mask of the Child and the... It does matter actually. So you want to come out here and you want to just drop down to this ledge and then you get a Titanite chunk. Now remember, you do not need to backtrack at all from this guide. So you want to run up, go back and jump onto this ledge and then follow this along, and then this will give you the red Titanite chunk. So from there you want to jump off onto this, which is easy enough to do, and then this is again on the branch that you were on, and then you just jump off, and then that's you at the start of the second area of the basilisks. Actually, you're just below it. So you want to take that soul packet there. There's no more items at this area, so you just want to keep going down to get the items, I think. I'm just waiting for my... Yep, that's all items. So now you just want to keep descending. You don't need to worry about backtracking. That's just one route to get those items. So you want to run down here, and then you want to, at this crossroads area, now you want to go off onto this branch and then carefully jump off onto this branch. That was a little bit too close for me, but then you get the white Titanite chunk, and now you want to go down to the end of this branch and then jump onto the next branch. Not the direct one underneath it, this one. You want to jump onto this, and then this gets you, I think it's a blue Titanite chunk. Yep. So now you want to jump off onto this one, and this is the one that is quite hard to get. I think I might get it first time. I really hope I do. I do. And then this gets you a red Titanite chunk. It's really hard to get that because you end up just falling off really easily. So you just kill these basilisks, and now we'll get the rest of the items. So there's a little ledge here that you want to jump down onto, and then this gets you the blue Titanite chunk. And right now, when you get down to that first sort of umbrella area with the basilisks, that's you on what I like to consider the third area of the Great Hollow. So right now we're underneath that, so we are just again at like the start of the third area. There's still a couple more items to get. Just pick up this soul packet, and then you want to go back up again. There'll be a ladder, because there's like a really hidden secret as fuck item, and it's such a pain in the arse to get, and it's not even worth getting as well. But obviously ultimate guide, so I'm showing you how to fucking do it. You go up here. This will take you back to, again, the start of the third area, and I do die getting this, by the way, but you'll see it's not my fault. It's just stupid shitty geometry. Now there is a knack to this jump here. See, if you walk very slowly off the edge, tightly into the corner, exactly as I do this, just do exactly, then you'll just fall neatly on it, and then you need to again fall neatly onto this, and then you can pick that up. Now you can't not easily jump onto this, but this is where I die, because I jump onto it and then I just fucking fall off. Like, look, I mean, what the pish, garbage. So yeah, I mean, if you want to get the item, you can. There's almost no point. So I'm pretty sure I speed this bit up. Oh no, I didn't speed this up. Hold on. So yeah, I forgot that I didn't actually speed up this part of the video because I wanted to actually demonstrate how easy it is traversing the Great Hollow. The route that you take is actually really easy, and you can get down it in like a minute. So yeah, I mean, that's taking us from the top part. Now we're in the second part. We run down here, easy enough. Just avoid the basilisks, so kick the fuck out of that one. Or just kill them, whatever. Yeah, just make sure you don't get ganged up by them. You don't want to get cursed. You really don't want to get cursed. So yeah, we just run down here, which was, again, now in the second area. That's where we've got the Crystal Lizards. We run down here to the crossroads area, which is here. And then we jump off to the branch, which gives you the white chunk, or just... Oh, in fact, I don't do that, actually. I want to... You don't do that, you run back down here. That's where you got the Crystal Lizards there, actually, and then there's the big ladder. And you can just slide down this ladder, and then this takes you to the beginning of the third part of the Great Hollow. So we're not going to go the same route as we did when we died, because it's really risky, so you can get the last item another way. The last item I think is a Titanite chunk, so it's not too bad. Jump down there, whatever. Kill the basilisks. I actually think that the Sealer's robes, the Crimson set, actually gives you heightened curse resistance. Maybe just a bit. It would make sense. But yeah, so you walk down here, that's where you got the soul packet. So you come down here and... Where is it? There's a mushroom that you can jump onto, which gives you the last item, wherever it is. Didn't think it was this far down. Yeah, there it is. So you want to jump onto this mushroom, which you can easily get onto that one. And there you go, that is the Great Hollow done, essentially. The last thing to do is just make your way down to the bottom, which is easy, just jump onto the mushrooms and then just run down. Just watch out for the giant mushroom men, because they will likely, I mean, they hit harder than most bosses really. They do some amount of damage to you, and they have so much health. Like, I would say that each one of them is harder than the Taurus demon. Yeah, so there we are, through the gates, and then that just takes us to Ash Lake. So the next video will be Ash Lake, and I mean, I felt like I should have combined into one, but fuck it. So I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, and see you at Ash Lake.